did you hear about the leak? Who is this? Obtained by ProPublica from a webinar for Republican.
By the way, I talked to ProPublica yesterday. They interviewed me yesterday morning. What a great set of questions I got. Go ahead.
About what?
So they very interesting. Actually, a topic maybe you and I should have talked about. They're interested in, especially given what happened in Georgia last week. They're interested in the future of kind of abortion rights and gay rights and affirmative action, all that stuff, in the state courts, and how what role state courts are going to play in the future. Because last week in Georgia, we should have talked about this at first, a judge struck down, a Fulton County Superior Court judge, so the lowest rung trial judge in the Georgia system, struck down Georgia's 6-week abortion ban on the grounds that when it was enacted in 2019, it was unconstitutional the day it was enacted. And everybody knew that. It violated Roe and Casey the day it was enacted. And so this judge today, or last week, said, that being the case, that statute never came into play. It never came into effect. The fact that the Supreme Court later changed its mind on these issues doesn't help, because on the day that law was enacted, it was unconstitutional. And in a footnote, Pete, and I got like 25 phone calls about this, in a footnote, I should disclose two things. This judge and I have worked together in the past, but I have no reason to think I have anything to do with what I'm about to say. In a footnote, he said the Dobbs opinion was that overturned Roe was not the product of law, but the product of math. Now we have 6 justices who feel this way, or 5 technically, 5 who feel this way. Before that day, there weren't 5 judges who felt that way. And who does that sound like?
You're thinking because of your relationship with him, he's lifting.
No, I'm denying that emphatically. I'm just saying a lot of people wrote me and said that sounded a lot like you.
A lot of people say it sounds like a lot of people are saying.
So I run this thing called the Inn of Court. I used to. I haven't for 2 years. I used to run this organization called the Inn of Court, where lawyers, students, and judges get together and hobnob and talk about stuff. And that in that organization, my views on the Supreme Court as not being a court have been expressed for 25 years consistently. Did I influence him in that way? I'm not saying that. I'm not suggesting that. But if you read this footnote, you would say Segall could have written it. That's all I'm saying.